What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is ASA Studio. Here we are in Lightroom Classic and we're going to be editing a pre-wedding photo. So let's dive right into it. Before that, if you're new to the channel and you enjoy the picture we post, you enjoy the content we post, don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, so the first thing I notice in the picture is the exposure. And now I want to fix the exposure, but before that I'm going to correct the white balance. So if you check the white balance with auto, it's actually no big difference, but I'm going to leave it at auto just because I found out that some part of the sky is actually corrected and brought out some details. Alright, so on the exposure I'm just going to crank it up just a bit to get the photo looking bright like this, bringing the photo back to life. Alright, so this exposure we can leave it at 1. Let's just dial in 1 and hit enter. So if that's too bright, you can bring it all the way back, but don't worry about that, we can actually maneuver our way. I'm going to decrease the highlight this time around so as to reduce clipping or whatever place that is actually too bright. Or let's start with the white first of all. Bring the white down and bring the highlight down like so. Alright, so some details on the background, we can decrease the blacks or increase the blacks. So decreasing the black brought out the details of this white, of these red flowers on the background, but that's too much compared to before. So let's take it back just a bit to where we get that details. Alright, on the shadows, now the shadows, there's no more shadows, or you can actually, if you bring up the shadows, it's actually going to decrease the contrast of the photo. So bringing it down, increase the contrast of the photo. So let's bring it up so we can have some details in a man's way. Alright, so that looks great to me. Okay, so on the texture, I don't think it's actually needed just because I'm avoiding that on the background. Of course we can max that out, but I don't think it's necessary. Okay, so I'm not going to touch the saturation on any other thing. I'm going to close this basic tab and let's go to tone of curve. And this one I like using it in adding some contrast. So take this side all the way up and then come down, take the side all the way down like an X curve. So we have this one. We can take it on and off and you can see. Alright, so now to the HSL, I'm going to start with the blue. Let's bring down the lightness, luminosity of the blues and the aquas. Okay, and why? Just because I want details in the sky. So I'm going to go back, go to the hue. Yeah, I'm going to make the blues look like the blues and the aqua look like the blues. So I'm going to take this one all the way back, but I'm not seeing any difference in the sky. So let's see where the problem lies on that. It could be the blues. Bring it all the way down, bringing this one all the way down. I thought that would actually solve the problem of that. So let's check on the basic. The basic, we know our exposure is 1. Bringing down the exposure didn't actually solve that. So let's go back. It's actually 1 before. I'm trying to spot where we can get some blues in the sky, and so far we can't. This is -19. Alright, so there's no blues in the sky. I'm just going to leave it at -19. Back, and we'll continue our edit. So I just found out there's no blues in the black, in the white on the sky. Okay, alright, so let's go back. The saturation panel this time around, increase the blues, increase the blues, increase the aqua. Okay, so not too much of that going. I would like to make the greens, but I know this is actually the yellow part, and if we increase the yellows, you can see the parts that are selected. So I'm going to reset that, go to the hue, and I want the yellows on the hue to look like the greens, to look like the greens, the yellows to look like the greens. And you can actually make them look like the yellows, make this one look like the yellows. something like this. But sound looks beautiful like this. But if we bring it up, I don't just like the green feel. I want something different, so I'm going to bring it back, bring this one back as well. Let's bring it back. Wow, interesting. So more like color grading. Okay, so this is looking okay on the saturation. Let's try and fix. I'm not going to bring that. Let's try and fix that up. And the green, decrease the saturation. Alright, so this looks amazing to me, and more like more the feel. So bring this one back just like that, and let's go back to the hue again, and then take it all the way back, just a little bit different. On the aqua, I want to make it look like the greens. On the saturation, I want to desaturate the aqua this time around, and we have that. Alright, so magenta, increase the saturation. If at all there is magenta, you can actually cite that, but there is no magenta. Alright, so that's okay on that. On the luminance, I'm going to increase that of their face, which is this color, and the reds to bring it up, and the yellows to bring it up, to make their face, you know, come out the more. I'm going to toggle off and on, and you can see the difference, just the color difference. I'm trying to work on a difference. Okay, color grading, I don't like using this one, but we can do something. But let's go to the details, and let's add some sharpening, just a tiny bit of sharpening. Okay, so we can go to the calibration, and then they are fair, so I'm going to take this forward, I'm going to take the blues backwards, and that creates the dramatic look. So I'm going to take it backwards just a bit, take this 19, this is 30, I'm going to take it backwards 19, 19. So the more you take this, the more they look like yellow, the more you take this, the more it looks like purple. Okay, so just a little bit, plus 12 is actually okay. Now the more you take this one, the more the saturation, the more you take it to the back, the lesser the saturation. So just find a sweet spot for it, and this looks awesome. Okay, so you can just, you know, play around with the grains. I believe this is looking awesome, and these two, but I just want the grains to be uniform, and I'm going to take this to the right and then decrease this one to the left. Let's take it back to the right as well and put in some, you know, red, and we have this. Okay, so up, 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 up. Okay, so we can do some color grading this time around, and I'm going to go to the shadows because I like working with the shadows. I'm going to bring it down just like this to give a calm, warm look on the blue. Okay, let's take it down again like this. Yeah, awesome. Okay, so that looks, we can actually make, you know, color grade the highlight too if we want something different. And besides, as I'm doing it, you can actually also look around, edit for sweet spots. But I think that's okay. And the highlight, the yellow feel looks okay. Alright, so back to where we were. Let's get this done, and, you know, let's increase that highlight a bit. Okay, so now I'm done with that. You can see the before and then the after. I'm gonna go back to the calibration, and let's give it some, you know, reddish. We'll come back to the blues and enhance it to more. Okay, so we'll have more red, give some saturation, and then on the primary, increase it to the top, and then boom, I'm done with the, you know, edit. So we can see our before and after with this one right here. You can just see with the slider before and after, and let's put it side by side. so you can see the amazing difference we make while editing the photo. So if you find one or two things helpful, don't forget to hit the like buttons. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. So thank you for staying tuned with us. This is ASAS. One love.